They called her La Diabla, the devil herself. But she wasn't a hitman or a drug lord with armies of sicarios. She ran something darker, something few dared to imagine. In the shadows of Mexico's cartel underworld, she built a secret empire not on cocaine or fentanyl, but on babies. Behind the bloody curtain of cartel violence, she operated a clinic where pregnant women disappeared, newborns were stolen, and entire families were destroyed. Some babies were sold to desperate families across the border. Others were trafficked into unimaginable fates. This is the story of La Diabla, the Cartel Queen of Horror. She posed as a clinic owner, luring poor women with promises of care. In reality, her clinic was a trap. Women were kept against their will, many forced into cesarean operations. Newborns were either handed over to American black market adoption networks or vanished into cartel trafficking pipelines. To the cartel, drugs weren't enough. They wanted another revenue stream, one harder to trace than cocaine shipments. And La Diabla gave them the perfect scheme: the trade of human lives. But how did she get away with it for so long? Whispers began in Nuevo Leon and Tamaulipas. Missing pregnant women, families reporting loved ones vanishing near the clinic. Police were afraid to touch her operation. She was protected by CDN enforcers. It was only when 2 U.S. agencies noticed unusual adoptions crossing the border that the investigation began. Undercover journalists posed as desperate couples and were offered newborns for cash. In the files, investigators found surgical tools covered in dried blood, patient charts that ended with C-section, mother deceased, and hidden rooms where newborns were kept like merchandise. But the worst discovery wasn't the trafficking. It was the mothers who never came out alive. Mexican Marines, working with U.S. agents, raided the clinic in a midnight operation. They found women chained to hospital beds, some mid-pregnancy. Dozens of infants were missing. Only a handful were rescued. La Diabla tried to escape disguised as a nurse, but was captured at the gates. Even under arrest, she smiled coldly, earning her nickname, the Devil in Disguise. In court, witnesses described her empire not as medicine, but as slaughter. Some babies ended up in wealthy American homes. Others were trafficked into cartel brothels. And some, their fate was never discovered. Even after her arrest, investigators believe her network survives. Some U.S. families unknowingly raise cartel-sold babies. Mothers are still missing, their graves undiscovered. Her case exposed how cartels are diversifying, from drugs to extortion to human lives. The name La Diabla will haunt Mexico forever. She didn't pull a trigger, but her crimes may be darker than any massacre. She turned birth itself into blood money. Cartels evolve every day. They are no longer just drug traffickers. They are merchants of death, flesh, and despair. If one woman could create such horror, how many more Diablas still hide in the shadows? Subscribe to Inside Criminals' Minds as we explore the psychology of crime, power, and the networks that thrive in darkness.